I couldn't see nothing. So, so anyway, Sylvan took me to the doctor Byers.
Right,
You know, you couldn't find a better doctor.
Jerome Byers?
But you can't take me. I have to wait. You see, I have a cataract operation to do.
Right.
And I'd love for him to do it right away. Maybe then I could see better.
Right.
You see, the house is all filled up with smog.
Smog in the house?
Yeah,
I
she
guess
can't
it
see, it's a
comes from
cataract.
Your
my
cataract.
eyes. I don't know. So this is my main trouble right now. But I heard that your daddy was sick too.
He was kind of sick, but he's doing much better. We think he's okay now.
See, if they don't tell me, I can't really make it out myself.
Yeah.
Because I kind of my eyes.
Right.
So,
No, we think he's okay. That's sweet of you to ask.
so anyway,
And-
honey, how did you
And
find
Dora,
out? How
we
did you
wanna
find
talk-
out that I was in that shape?
Well, you're gonna be all right.
I am in a terrible shape. I told the doctor Byers, I say, I am in trouble. Please help me. Well, I was gonna have my glasses changed.
Right.
So he said that the glasses won't help me.
That you needed
I need an
cataract.
operation. I'm ready. I'm
Right.
not afraid of operation. I had 4 already. This is gonna be
Your
my
fifth?
5th. So I'm not afraid, especially,
For a guy like him.
oh,
Yeah.
Aunt Dora? Aunt Dora?
when you get sick, you can make it well.
Aunt Dora?
Yeah.
We wanted to ask you questions about our family from a long time ago.
See, I can't
Okay.
hear.
Let me, Aunt
You
Dora,
got it close to
we were together today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Grandpa, about Uncle Nathan's daddy, Ben, and Lena.
Your sister Lena.
Tobolowsky. And we were trying to remember more things about them, about your sisters and about Grandpa, Abraham Tobolowsky. And we didn't know a lot of things about when you came over or when they came over from Europe. And we just didn't know a lot of things, and we were trying to find out more. And so Aunt Sarah Tobolowsky said, ask Aunt Dora, because she remembers things from long ago. And so that's why Uncle Nathan called you up, because we wanted to come by and talk to you about when you were young and what you remember about your parents and your sisters. Is that all right?
Before, when my telephone rang, that was
That was Uncle Nathan.
That was Nathan.
That was Uncle
And
Nathan.
I thought that was,
Sylvan.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's in Houston.
Houston. You're right.
He went
You're
to
right.
Houston.
You're right. Yeah.
Friday, no, not Friday, yesterday.
For Thanksgiving. Right.
Then I will tell you, those boys are so wonderful.
Yeah.
Sylvan and Mitchell. If
They
it
take care of you.
wouldn't be for them, I don't know what would happen to me. They are just,
They're
hi, honey.
Hi. We wanted to ask you, Aunt Dora, what we wanted to find out about what do you remember about your sister,
Lena.
about your half sister,
Lena's-
about Lena, about your sister Lena. We wanted to find out what things you might remember.
Do you
I
remember?
wish I could hear better.
Okay.
Get
Do
near
you-
her ear.
But
Do you
have
remember-
to excuse
Get
me.
near her ear, Mark.
Maybe,
Lena, Dora, do you remember when you came to America? You and Lena and your sisters?
yeah,
Can you tell us about that?
yeah.
How old were you when you came to America?
How long since I'm back from Europe?
Yes.
I came here in 21.
How old were you then?
But how long was I there? All my
No,
life?
no. How old were you when you came to America?
I came, well, I came in 21
Oh,
from Poland to Dallas.
Did your sister Lena come with you?
They all lived there, all my sisters.
Did you
Miss
come?
Byers and Miss Rachowski and Miss Tabalovsky. They all my sisters.
Did you all?
Ida Goldstein.
Did you all come together
Yeah.
on a ship?
Yeah, we used to get together and then have really a good time.
Where did you live when you first came to Dallas?
I lived with the Goldsteins till I got married.
Okay. Did your sister Lena live with you also? Miss Tobolowsky, did she live with you also before she got married?
Yeah.
How did she meet her husband, Ben? How did Lena meet Ben?
Tobolowsky. How did she meet Tobolowsky?
Yeah, well, when I came from Europe, not only by myself, but I brought two brothers with me and two nephews. We came 5 of them at the same time. We came from Europe to Dallas. And
Where did you live in Europe?
Suwałk,
Suwalk?
yeah, Suwałki.
Do you
Suwałk.
In Poland. In Poland, right?
in Poland? She's asking.
Sure.
Suwalki is in Poland. In Poland.
In Poland.
Do you remember your life in Suwalki?
Some.
What did your parents do? What kind of work?
I didn't work myself. I didn't work.
How about your father?
My father, we was in the lumber business.
He was in the lumber business.
Yeah, and that's what my father was doing. But then when I left and the war, you know, that was after the war when
Yes.
I left Poland to come to Dallas.
Did your daddy come? Did your father come?
My father passed, my mother came, we brought my mother, but my father passed away.
In Poland?
I just had your daddy saying Kaddish for my father. So I told him, I say, sir, that's my father and your grandfather.
Father.
But when I found out that your daddy wasn't feeling well,
Right.
you know, I asked him if he would mind to say Kaddish for them. He said, sure, he goes to shul
Every
you know,
day.
and you'll be glad to take care of. But then when I find out, I asked Sylvan, I said, Sylvan, I'm gonna have to call Easter. I've got a notice from the shul for Kaddish. And then he told me that, you know, he wasn't feeling well, so I wouldn't bother him.
Oh no, he's
Well,
okay now.
I'll have some more.
Dora,
Yeah.
what year were you born in?
Well, I'll tell you. To tell you the honest truth, I don't even know
No.
it. I really don't know exactly.
Do you,
Find out more about her dad.
My birthday is on Tisha B'Av. You know
Oh, on Tisha B'Av, sure.
Yeah, we can't eat.
Right. You can't really
But that's
celebrate.
That's my birthday. I had to make one because
Make one up.
everything was burned up, broken up. If we needed something to know, my daddy used to go to the office and find
Find
out.
out.
That was in Poland I'm talking about. But you know, then after the war, everything was broken up. We
Right.
couldn't get nothing to find
No
out about
records.
anything.
How-
So I just made my own birthday, and that's it.
And Dora, how did your father die? What did he die of?
Well, old age.
Old age. Okay. When
He was quite old. And then when he passed away, we decided to bring my mother over here. And she lived also over Ida's.
At the Goldsteins too? Right, your mother lived at the Goldsteins
Yes, she
too?
lived there. And she also passed away, you know, with old age. She was
Right.
buried right there in Tiferes Cemetery.
In Poland, can you tell us what it was like in your town? What was your town like in Poland?
Well, it was a small town, you know, a lot of Jews.
A lot of Jews?
And, you know, that was the only place we knew it, and we lived there till all this changed. You know, the war changed it all. So,
Were
So
you
that's it.
born there? Were you born in the
Were-
town?
Let me ask, were you born in
Milwaukee.
Sawaukee? Were you born in Sawaukee?
yeah,
And all your sisters were? And
yeah.
your brothers were all born there?
Well, I wish you all sat down.
No, they want to talk to you.
It's okay.
Find out about her
Well,
day. That's what we
what
want.
is your name?
I'm Martin. I'm Nathan's son.
Yeah.
He's a
well,
doctor too.
Do you?
You're a doctor.
Yes,
And you live in Fort Worth.
in Fort Worth.
See, my memory is
Very
good.
good.
Great.
I am not worried about my memory because I can,
can
I
remember
can get
things.
along.
Yeah.
Do you remember your house in Poland?
Nah, we never had a doctor.
No. Do you remember the house you lived in Suwalki?
Emphasize
doctor.
house. Emphasize house.
Do you remember your house
My
in
house?
in Poland?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it? What it looked like?
Well, I
Find out
don't
about
know.
her daddy. You told me.
You mean where I live?
Yes.
My house and all. Just an old house. And we used to have, you know, when I was just a young girl, very little, my father used to have horses and a wagon, and he didn't do it himself, but
See what he
we
did.
had a man that, a kind of business. You see, there's a lot of we live not far. There's all that lumber and stuff, you know, used to get prepared in Poland, and it was shipped to Germany. And our house was just a plain house, and we liked it because that was our home, and that's it.
What
Did
she
you
do
go
with
to
her sister?
school? Did you go to school in your town?
But
School?
Martin, ask her. His voice is small.
So
But did you go to school there?
Did you go to school there?
we had a private teacher.
Who came to your house?
Because, yeah, he used to come to our house, and it was already, you know,
That's
my
Mom.
brother Menlo,
Did
Right.
Mom live in the same house?
he was very good with him. In a little while, the teacher says he knows more than I
Than the
do.
teacher. Okay.
Did your sister Lena live in the same house?
Talk slower.
Yes, we all lived
That's what she remembers about it.
together.
Slowly.
But you see, my sister, Ida, you're talking about
Lena.
Lena. Well, that was, she was already here. You see, I was too little to know much, but Lena, I find that when I came here. And we all mostly stayed over Ida Goldstein's.
Did Lena stay at Ida Goldstein's?
Well, I don't know because I wasn't here. When I came here, Lena was already married.
I see.
see, and yeah, she was already married. I forgot this is a little street there, but they lived right here in Dallas.
Carol.
Because when we came,
Caroline Street? Caroline Street?
yeah, when we came over here was Shavuos,
Oh.
and we all came naturally over Ida's because she had a nicer home, and my sister Lena lived in a small house, and then small, she already had, I don't remember how many children, and so we all got along. Believe me, we was a happy, wonderful family. One would do anything for the other. You see, Dr. Nathan,
Right?
oh, I'm telling you, find me another person like him.
He's pretty
But
special.
he took care of me. I'm telling you, if I would be somebody, I would say, he done that for the name or something. But he just a wonderful person.
Mark, get that.
Sure is.
I'm telling you.
Back on the subject.
In
I had maybe, I don't know whether it's a big operation or not, but I wasn't even sick
Dora,
because
in Poland, what language did you speak? Did you
Polish.
Polish? Did you
Polish.
speak Yiddish also?
Yeah, we spoke Yiddish. We spoke Yiddish in Poland. Polish. Yeah, Polish was just like Jewish, perfect. And now I don't remember.
How to speak it?
I forgot all.
And Dora, do you remember your grandfather? Was he living? Do you remember your grandfather?
No, I don't remember. That was my father. I didn't remember my grandparents.
Either one of them? Were they living when you were living? Were they living when you were a little girl?
Grandparents? No, I don't remember my grandparents.
Did they live in Suwak? Your grandparents? Did they live in Suwak?
In Suwak.
Did your grandparents live there?
Yeah, wait a minute, honey. You see, I don't know much about my grandparents.
What did your father do?
Lumber business.
He
Oh, he
was
was
in
a
the
lumber.
lumber business.
Well, I got the horse in the wagon. I didn't get the lumber.
What can you tell us about Ben and Lena when you first came to Dallas?
Slowly.
What do you remember about Ben and Lena?
I can tell you that all my sisters are just wonderful. They were wonderful. If I'm telling you, I never saw people like that. They were just good people. And Lena was the most beautiful lady with those big
Blue eye.
blue eyes. Oh, I'm telling you. Now you see, I never met you all.
I don't think so.
Your mother, I used to see your mother, Rose. Some baby sat at the shul there, the temple. You know, when my husband passed away, I was just didn't know what to do with myself. And they decided, yeah, they should babysit. So I babysat a while. So I used to see your mother there.
And
She,
Aunt Dora, did Lena ever tell you how she met Ben?
no.
Get more stories.
No, I don't know. We're all busy. I stayed a while. You see, I had to learn the language. I didn't know nothing, just Jewish and Polish. So I was busy. Then that in 21. So I went to night school during the evening. And then I started working. I worked in a tailor shop. Just, I had to learn the language. And so I was busy. I didn't have too much time to visit around. But we used to get
Yeah, that's
together
it.
We know about it.
You know about the mother?
on
You know about the
holidays
mother?
and Saturdays, and
Mama spoke about
we used to see
it. I remember.
one
Oh,
another
yeah?
real often.
How did you meet your husband?
Well, that's a long story. His brother was in Warsaw, his younger brother. Myself and my two brothers and the nephews, we went to Warsaw to get, you couldn't just come in like that. You had to.
Your brother said.
You had to be, you have to have papers and
Right.
things. So I was there. We stayed there in Warsaw about a week to get everything signed up and things, to get ready for the trip. So I didn't have time to meet anybody because I was busy. And all the kids was little, small. You used to hear of Easy
Yes.
Scribble. He was
Oh, he came over with
just
you?
a young man.
Uh-huh.
And well, anyway, so so I never met my brother-in-law. But later, a couple years later, they bought out. They used to live in New York.
Mm-hmm.
The three brothers, and they were in New York, and then they bought out Jake
Bender?
store.
Oh, his store, uh-huh.
That's the store that my husband and his brothers bought
Bought?
it.
In Waxahachie?
And they moved to what do you
Was
call
it
it?
Waxahachie?
Yeah.
That store?
And so a couple years later, the boys used to come to meet people over here. But all of a sudden I got a letter and they said that they now in Dallas and they like to meet people. They used to, Rubinette.
Sure.
They used to come to see Aaron
Aaron Rubinet?
because he used to work in that store.
Right.
So anyway, they decided, I got a letter from him, and they decided to come and meet us. And so I remember my sister Ida, she prepared a big dinner, and they came. So he met me, and that was it.
And you got married.
I couldn't get rid of him no. But he was a wonderful, I had a wonderful husband. He was really good. He was wonderful. I still miss him plenty. So that's way
That's how you met.
everything.
And Dora, how come your sister Lena came to this country before you? How come she came before you? You said she was already here. Your sister Lena was already here when you came? How come she came before you?
Why did Lena come to America before you?
Well, because I was too young. You know, I was just a kid then. You know,
Who came?
you see, Lena,
Who came
Miss
together?
Byers.
Right.
We called her Miss Byers or Frado.
Bravo.
She was the first one to come here.
Okay.
And then after that, Mr. Chorsky came,
By herself?
Kaylee.
Kaylee
And then
Richards?
later on, Lena came. You see, that's the way we immigrate.
One at a time?
Then Ida came.
Okay.
And then after that, after Ida, my brother Mandel came with Mary Goodman.
Right.
He was just a kid.
Okay.
He was not even bar mitzvah. He went to school here.
Okay.
Him and Sylvan Skybell.
Okay.
You don't remember him. They went to school, to public school here. They were too small, you see.
Okay.
So this is, but we stick together.
Did everyone come to Dallas? Did everyone come to Dallas?
Yeah, after we came, we all came to Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas was a small town.
Then.
You had 3 brothers?
Yeah.
And what were their
Right.
names?
Mandel, Izzy, and Sylvan. You see, the reason Sylvan was the youngest. He was just a kid. They went to school here. Mandel too. But Sylvan, you see, Sylvan was in Lubbock.
In Lubbock?
He had a store there. And he passed away pretty young.
Can you tell us what you remember of your town in Poland? What the town was like? What things you did?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. We was born and raised there, and we knew the people, and the people loved us. They, at that time, believe me, we didn't think that they would hurt
Hurt
a
you?
Jew, because people. I remember that the Polish people that they worked for us in the lumber and things, they used to come to my daddy to figure out if he used to tell them that they shouldn't be cheated out of money or anything. They loved us because we helped them. My daddy and my mother helped them.
Gave them jobs.
So that's all I can tell you.
Do you remember the synagogue in the town?
Well, it's a small, we used to call a shul. A small place. It's just like they made from a house a shul. You know.
Just one? Just one in
No,
the
we
town?
had more than one.
More than one in the town?
Of course, we had a couple of them, but 3 different places. But you see, in Europe, you know, people we were very religious. You know, right now, I myself keep kosher, but I got so bad that I couldn't see how to do it. And I'll tell you, I have is a son. He lives in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
And you never saw anything like it. They come to see me, him and his wife. Oh, they find out that I'm not feeling good, and they were afraid maybe that I don't prepare enough to eat. You know what they did? They used to load it up. My
Very-
ice box with kosher stuff, all kinds of stuff. Just open and warm up or whatever,
So,
you know.
That's good.
And they decided when I lost my vision and I wasn't doing good, so they were afraid that that's not enough. You know what they did?
What?
You'll be surprised. All of a sudden, a lady calls me up, Mrs. Abramson, tomorrow I'm gonna bring you dinner.
some food. Okay. Meals on Wheels.
And would you believe it that that I'm getting my dinner?
They bring it to you.
They deliver 3 plates on Friday,
Right.
and they deliver 4 plates
And,
on Monday.
and Dora, do you remember what Shabbos was like in Poland?
Like who?
What was Shabbos like in Poland?
Shabbos was all right. Before this happened, everything was all right. And there's nothing to say bad about them because everything was wonderful. We were shocked that this happened like that.
Tell us about it. Tell us what happened.
What happened? You know what happened in Europe? They killed out all the Jews, the ones that couldn't run away.
In the pogroms?
You know, I had a brother in Europe. You know, the boys over here, the Skyber boys.
Right.
Their daddy, their mother, 4 sisters.
They died.
They all was there, and that was it.
Was that before the war?
Yeah, when the war was, yeah, you know, when in Poland, when they had all that thing in, people was run away, they wasn't that run away, they still some alive. But the ones that couldn't, my brother was, that one in Europe, he was a big businessman. He had a lot of beautiful property. He was a well-to-do man. But the kids didn't want to stay in Poland. They wanted to follow the rest of them over here. So you see, they were in Dallas in business, and then they went to Lubbock, the Skyber family, and
Dora, was there any trouble in Poland when you left? Had the trouble started when you left?
No,
Okay.
no.
So
When we left, everything was okay.
Okay, so there was no problems for the
No,
Jews in your
no.
town?
No problem then. But later on, you see, you know, when all
Right, in the
that...
Holocaust, in World War II.
Why did you and your sisters and brothers come to America?
Well, together ourselves.
So there weren't any problems when you left?
Listen, that was Mrs. Byers, the Byer family. They were the first one to come,
come.
and then I told you.
One by one?
One come after another.
Why? Why did Mrs. Byers come to Dallas?
I couldn't tell you. That was before my time.
Okay.
Did Lena come with anybody?
Susan, she said no, she came alone.
No, but she couldn't. I mean, did Lena, when Lena came, did she come with any other relatives?
They come later, you see. First, you see, Miss Byers, you see, my father, just to tell you the truth, my father was married twice because his first wife passed away and he got all those children. But Miss Byers was, they told me, because you see, even my mother didn't know her, because when his fourth wife passed away, then he tried to, I don't know how long before he got remarried. And then Miss Byers was already married. She was just a young kid. But you see, didn't have a home.
Right.
So she got married. And I think first when they came, she was already married.
Oh.
And they lived in New York for a while. And then they had some friends here or something, and they came to Dallas.
Okay.
And the rest of them
Followed.
followed,
Okay.
one after another.
But did the girls, like Lena, when she came all by herself?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she came up there all by herself.
Wasn't that frightening? I mean, to come so far by yourself for her?
Scared.
Yeah. Was that scary for Lena to come to America by herself?
Well, it's not.
No.
Do you,
It's just a trip.
and Dora, do you remember being with Lena in Poland?
Miriam,
No, Lena. Do you remember being with Lena in Poland? Do you remember when the two of you were in Poland together before she left?
Lord
I
told
think she's already answered that. I think
Yeah.
she said Lena
Came.
No, I don't.
came before she remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did they have any time together at all?
No, she was 2
No?
years old.
It was 2 years?
Yeah.
Do you tell us what you remember about Ben and Lena's children back then?
well, they used to sell the paper.
Newspapers.
By saying just on the corner.
Right?
I remember that.
There are lots of
I
them.
mean, I lived here in Dallas. Yeah, I knew it. I knew every boy, their name, I can call them up.
Right?
Did you ever eat dinner over at Ben and Lena's house?
No.
Over here, they used to visit, when they lived in South Dallas.
Right.
Tell us about your visits. What would they be like?
That's too
Well, it's not
I think you've done enough.
And
your heart.
Aunt Dora, in Poland, in your town, was the town, you said there were a lot of Jews. Was the town mostly Jewish? Your town, Suwalk?
It's small. It's not a large city, believe me, but everybody knew each other and everybody was nice to each other, and we.
Was most of the town Jews? Was most of the town Jews?
Yeah.
Were there a lot of Gentiles or just a few?
William.
A lot of Goyim or just a few?
Wait a minute.
Were there many?
In Suwalk,
Yeah.
in your town in Poland, were there many Goyim?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
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 Maybe more than the 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah.
More Goyim than Jews?
Yes, it's just like, you know, they live there. Some was in business, someone just farmers.
But no trouble between the Goyim and Jews?
No trouble. No, then everything was okay. Believe me, it was okay. They love the Jewish people because the Jewish people are better educated and, you know,
Jobs?
yeah, everything was wonderful. I couldn't say one bad
Bad thing?
thing about Poland. When I knew Poland.
When you were there?
Yeah, but
And
we thank God that we
out.
left there in
Got
time,
out.
and we tried to get the others out of there,
The
but
others-
it was already too late.
Too late? Did you have other relatives in Suwalk?
Yeah,
still-
I still had some relatives. For one thing, I had this brother there and his wife and 4 daughters, and they were married. They were well educated. They was going to like college over here.
Yes. What was your brother's name who stayed?
Chaim,
Chaim stayed in Poland?
Skybel.
Chaim Skybel?
You know what our name was in Europe? Skibelski.
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 Skibelski was your name in Poland?
So when Manuel and Mary first came here,
Yes.
so Manuel changed their name to
Skybel.
Skybel.
Okay, so was it
So,
Skibelski?
So then, you know, with Skybel.
But your brother Chaim stayed in Poland.
Yeah.
And did he
Yeah.
die in the war?
No, during that, they killed them out. I don't know what they done. You know as much as I do
Right.
what happened there, you know, because we just got my mother out of there.
Brother out. What other relatives besides your brother stayed in Poland?
Who's
Who else stayed in Poland of your relatives besides your brother?
besides my brother? Well, it's the sisters, the kids that left. We didn't have no other family there. I had some that I never met, some cousins, and some, you see, some got out of there. I don't know whether he was in Dallas. Max Skybel, that was a cousin. He got out, you know, and somebody, some of my mother's niece, and I don't know, I really didn't know the family, the ones that lived there, from Dallas. Some of my, I didn't know much. My father didn't have no family. He had 2 brothers, that's all.
Your father had 2 brothers? What were their names? Do you know? Your uncles' names?
Well, they didn't live in Dallas. I hardly knew them.
Did they stay in Poland or did they come?
That was before I was born when they came. There was no trouble coming to America then. In my time, you don't. It wasn't as strict as these, you know,
Later.
Later on.
And Dora, what was your father's brothers' names? Do you remember?
The first names?
Yes.
Well, listen, a Jewish name, Hirschel. They call them Harry.
Harry, okay.
And then the other is Ichi.
Ichi,
Yeah.
okay. And
You know,
Skabelski?
That's all because my father really didn't have no family except those
Two brothers?
brothers. And I met, before we came here, I met one of the sons. He just had one son, and he lives in a town, Grodno.
Grodno?
I remember that. We went, my niece and myself, we went there before we left Suffolk. We left there to see him,
To
tell
see
him
your,
goodbye.
your uncle?
In
Grodno?
yeah.
Uncle's son?
Who was the son?
He was a
Harry's or
nice
Ichi's son?
looking, tall, all my family, a nice looking and tall.
Tall.
Whose son
And
was it?
so,
Was that Harry's son or Ichi's son in Grodno?
yeah, his name was Skybo.
But was it Harry's son in Grodno or Ichi's son in Grodno? Who lived in Grodno?
He was, I don't know much about him. We met him,
Okay.
and that was about it.
Was it?
He was a businessman.
But no other relatives in Suwalk besides your family? Did you have cousins?
That's about the whole family we had, you see, because most of them immigrated to
To
Dallas.
America? Okay. Had your father lived in Suwalk all his life?
Yeah,
He was born in Suwalk? Your father?
yeah, I don't know where he was born, I'll tell you, that I couldn't tell you.
Okay. But he lived there?
But he lived in Suffolk all this time.
Do you know if his father, did your grandfather live in Suwalk?
No, I didn't know him.
Okay,
I didn't know his parents.
okay. You don't know where they lived? Where your daddy's parents lived?
No,
Your father in the lumber business, did he cut down the trees? Was that his job, to cut down the trees and sell them? And he had people work for him? He had other people work for him to help him?
yeah.
Martin, you asked your question.
What did he do in the lumber business?
Well, you see, they used to buy up acres of
Trees.
lumber
Right.
from the
Farmers?
the government.
From the government?
That was the government's lumber, you know, nothing but
Forest.
And they used to get the lumber out and prepare it, and they used to ship it by water to
To
Germany. Germany was, they used to buy all that lumber. And
Did he
my
own?
daddy and my brother, they knew all about that. You know, they used to clear out acres of lumber and prepare, and the yokels, they used to work at it, you see.
To cut?
And then prepare it and take it to the where the water where they could ship it.
Ships? Okay.
And they used to ship it by
boat?
water
Okay.
to Germany.
Did your father go out in the forest and cut down the trees himself?
No,
He
Yeah.
had other people do it for him?
yeah, well,
The yokels?
He didn't do that. He was the.
He was the boss.
The head man.
He was the boss.
What did his first wife die of?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I never did ask.
Was she very old? Do you know?
But you see, my father was already remarried and had all this
New children.
family. And
That's for dinner, I think about the ship.
that's
And
all. That's
Dora, you had how many brothers? What were your brothers' names? What were your brothers' names?
all. Isaac,
Isaac was one brother. Who else?
first name.
And what other brothers?
Those two that I told you.
Okay, and
That's all. Yeah.
no. Those were your father's brothers. Your brothers. What were your brothers' names?
Chaim.
Chaim and
Yeah.
who else were your brothers?
That brother that I have a picture in my
your
room
room?
there. I like for you to see it.
What were your brothers' names? Chaim and who else?
Yeah, Chaim's Skybo.
Chaim Skyble. And you had other brothers though, right? Didn't you have brothers besides Chaim?
Well, that's all I had there over there, and then
And here,
over here is Elvis Sholem
Izzy.
and Mendel.
Mendel.
You know, Mendel is here in the Golden Acres. You know
Okay.
that. That's my
Your brother.
only brother left.
Left. So you had three brothers,
Yeah.
Chaim, who stayed in Poland, and then Izzy and Mendel, who came to America.
Yeah. And the two, Chaim and Mendel, they were here. You know, they came here. Mendel came before I did.
Before
he
you
came
did.
with Mary.
Okay,
Mary
Mendel
Goodman.
and Mary came together. Okay. And who came with you? I'm sorry, Aunt Dora. Who came when you came? You said two nephews came with you to America.
Basically.
Right, yeah, I'm being confused. When you came to America
Yeah.
from Poland, who came with you?
My three brothers and two nephews. That was
Who were the three
Archie
brothers?
Skybel, if you remember,
Archie Skyble,
and
He's got
Sam
Mendel, but she said Chaim
Skybel.
came
Sam
later.
Skyble, Archie and Sam. And who were your brothers who came with you?
Those are the nephews.
Right, Archie and Sam were the nephews.
Yes, Sam was a nephew, Archie was a nephew. There's one still here, they have business, still business in Lubbock. That was Archie's business. With another brother came, that was just a little before the thing broke out, so he came safe. And Archie was so good. He took him in. He had those stores, the stores are still here in Greenville, in Texarkana, and I don't know, in Lubbock. So the boys are still running the
stores?
business. Well, those are nephews of mine.
Nephews of yours. But when you came, some of your brothers came with you too, right?
Yeah,
Did- Did,
I think that's all I can tell
Okay.
you.
No, 'cause they leave her alone.
I don't know.
okay, yeah, I'm sorry, we're tiring you out, aren't we?
Ma'am,
We're making you tired. Yeah,
well.
it's a lot of questions.
We'll have to report some
You
of
know,
it's
there's things, he asked questions before I was born.
Right.
And I don't know.
And Dora, we'd like to see the picture that you were going to show us.
You want to see the picture?
Mm-hmm. Can you show it to us? The picture you said of your brother?
No.
You
There
said
you
you
go.
had. Oh, okay.